You guys close left. Oh!
Oh my god, you can do this?
In today's episode of Esports Analysis, we're hopping on board with ILLEY as he, Clayster, CRIMSIX, Shosky, and Huke from the Dallas Empire take on Scraps, Wuskin, Jerd, Dylan, and Rated from the London Royal Ravens. As we hop into this game here, we're playing Search and Destroy. That's the first time we're breaking it down on this channel. We're playing on the map Azhir Cave. What I do want to say before we get into this is that this is a little bit different. So we're on board with one person. In order to really understand what's going on, we really have to pay attention to both the mini-map and the kill feed. Reason being is that we're only on board with one person. So since we're not in that codcaster mode, we can't really tell where people are at, where they're pushed up at. We can kind of just see what side of the map that they're on. So I'll be paying real close attention to that kill feed. So if you're kind of wondering what's happening or what's going on, you look at the kill feed, you look at the minimap, and you can tell where people are falling, and then you can also rely on their communication as well after something happens. Now, as this first round plays out here, I want to bring up a map in the top right hand corner that kind of explains what's going on here. So on Azhir Cave, the A bomb is inside the cave and the B bomb is out here kind of on the cliff's edge. Defense spawns exactly where ILLEY is at right now, and offense spawns on the entirely opposite side of the map. Now, as we get into the second round, the new picture in the top right hand side of the screen represents kind of the base strategy for defense here. Most teams will spend on defense 3 people into the cave, 1 person to kind of watch that middle route just to see if anybody's running middle, and then 1 person will kind of watch B. For those of you that are unaware, A is the more favorable side for the offense, and really there's a couple reasons for that. So for one, the A bomb is kind of right in the middle of the cave, so it's not necessarily way back on the defensive side of the map, it's kind of right in the middle. Other reason is that once you get inside the cave, there are all kinds of head glitches, like Shotzi right here. He's got that beat-on head glitch behind that table. If you push up, there's that left side, there's the right side where it's kind of like the mini cave. There are just head glitches all over the place. So A kind of gives you higher chance of getting into a 50-50 gun battle, whereas in B, not only do you basically have to run back into their spawn, but there's only one way to get there. There are no flank routes, there's no kind of little cave or tunnel you can walk through to get to B. It's just that one right side, and basically one person can just watch over top of it. So with all of that out of the way, hopefully we kind of laid some groundwork here. CRIMSIX ends up getting slayed out right there, and then Clayster, for whatever reason, I think somebody might have told him on his team, but he realizes that the last enemy player, he's in a 1v1 here, he realizes he's on bomb, so he makes a move and he gets that kill. Really clutch play. But as we go ahead and we jump into this next round here, this third round, we can really kind of break down what's happening now that we have all of the basics laid out. So as you can see in the minimap, there's 1 person going B, which is Clayster. There's 1 person watching minimap, which we're on board with ILLEY. He's watching the middle of the map here. And then there are 3 people in A. So it's kind of hard to hear that. I'm kind of talking over top of it. But essentially, Clayster called out that they're going B. So ILLEY is going to immediately give up just kind of that middle route because they already know where they're going. And as he comes up into this building, he zooms in, and you can basically see everybody right there. So he gets a really clutch kill. So everybody at this point in time has went ahead and they've rotated towards B. So I'm just laughing a little bit because ILLEY went ahead and he killed Crim with a nade there. But essentially, if you're lucky enough to get the bomb down, this is the problem with going B, is that not only were you lucky enough to get the kill on Clayster, so normally on that side of the map, if you're pushed up, that's a really easy watch if you're like a talented AR. Not only were you lucky enough to get that kill on Clay, but once you got the bomb planted, you're kind of sandwiched there. There are going to be people rushing you from behind, there's going to be people in front of you, so you have no idea where people are going to be coming from, and you don't have any way to escape where you're at over there except for to kind of stay there and watch the bomb. Now, as we go ahead and we hop into this 4th round, first of all, if you look at the offensive game plan here, Empire is sending 3 into cave, and 1's going B, 1's watching middle. I hate this. I feel like if you're going to hit a bomb, you have to overload it with all that you have. So, for example, if I'm going A here, I want at least 4 people going that way, just because chances are, if you have 4 going in there, like we talked about on defense, the enemy team would probably only have 3 in there, so 4v3, you have numbers, you can trade out any kills, and you can retain those numbers. Now, as we get towards the latter part of this round, right now it's a 5v4. So, if you're Empire, you're looking to trade everything out, but as we go ahead and we go through this, this is a big reason why this ends up being a 6-0, is that if you watch the strategy of the London Royal Ravens, right now Huke and CRIMSIX just killed 2 up by bomb, and Jerd is on the flank. He's going to end up going down also, but if you're playing defense, you have to play slower than this. I know most people are SMG and they want to play like they're cracked and whatever, that's kind of the fad these days, but if you end up running and pushing all the way up towards bomb, right there, Jerd got killed from behind. He's on the exact opposite side of the map. This is just not the way you play Search and Destroy. If you were playing Search and Destroy, you have to play far more calculated than this, and just running into the enemy team spawn, that's just not the way that you get it done. As we go ahead and we hop into this 5th round, you can see that the setup is kind of the same. There's 1B, which is Clayster, ILLEY's in the middle watching this mid lane, and then there are 3 over towards A. So right here, this is a really intelligent round by Empire here. So ILLEY is able to see that there are 2 people going mid-map. So what happens is that instead of continuing to watch this mid-map, what happens is that they go ahead and CRIMSIX falls back a little bit. So CRIMSIX watches the cave entrance that's on the other side of yellow rather than watching B-Dom. So he tells ILLEY to come back and watch over top of B-Dom, because now that's a line of sight that isn't being watched, whereas before, if nobody would have pushed through middle, ILLEY still would have had the middle and CRIMSIX would have had that head glitch on the B-Dom table that's back there. The rest of this round is fantastic for communications. Let's go ahead, let's hop into their team chat for just a second.
Can you push your yellow?
I have A, boys.
Yeah, you can, you can.
I have all of B. Nice.
Supporter.
One. I have back there.
Oh, I think I hear someone.
That's in our yellow.
You want to work him, Kyler?
Wrapping B right now, Wuskin.
I'm about to give up A and side B.
Yeah,
I'm
wait,
watching
we're
you
lined
guys.
up here. I wouldn't stand there.
Alright, I'll
There
just
one
pick up A
guy's
then.
behind us.
I just have A. You can keep watching that way.
it.
You're in B?
In our garage and bottom
Yeah,
mid.
he's top cliff, top cliff. He's gonna go on the heady, top cliff.
Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna
on
be
me.
near line of sight right now.
Damn, we're gonna get too
Wuskin mid, one guy, Wuskin mid.
Where are you going?
Go left, bro.
I'm about to go side A, bro.
Wuskin was mid.
Close on me?
Alright, try to go A.
Oh, he's sniping broken B.
The bottom or top?
He was bottom. He's going to bomb right now. He's running up the cliff, maybe.
Shit.
Again.
So as we go ahead, I climb back on board here as we get into this 6th round, where this is where CRIMSIX clutch happens. This is this clutch is just fantastic. But in that previous round, that's how Call of Duty Search and Destroy is supposed to be played. It's supposed to be calculated. It's supposed to be slow. If you're playing defense, you should never really make moves unless you're reacting to something that the other team does. Like even that kill that ILLEY just got right there in the middle of the map. If you're playing offense, what are you doing? So if you're from London, why are you right there in the middle of the map? I know that he was pushed up trying to kill the guy that was pushed up into rugs, but it just doesn't make sense. You're running right out into the middle of the map where you know somebody's going to be watching there. A few of my friends and I talk about this all the time. So I've been to a couple MLG tournaments. I've competed, and I think I've played fairly well in those that I attended. But my friends and I talk about this all the time, is that the skill level of players these days is, I feel like it's so much higher than where we at. You watch Simp snipe, somebody like that, his sniping skills are just out of this world. But where they're lacking is that nobody really has strategies. Like, go to this part of the map, throw this smoke, go to this part of the map, throw a nade here. That seems to just all be lost over the last few years. It's kind of just, all right, we're going to push A, let's push up to head glitches, and hopefully we can outgun battle somebody. I just wish a lot of that would come back. But with that in mind, we now have 45 seconds left. It's a 1v3. CRIMSIX has to clutch up to get the 6-0. Let's see what happens.
Play for dead
Wait,
silence.
did I just get...
30 seconds. Time's up. Get moving.
What do you guys close left? Oh!
God, you can do this?
You grab
Let me
bomb.
grab bomb and
You
smoke.
dead
In the
silence
tunnel to
too.
your left.
You pop dead silence. You pop dead silence.
We've got the bomb.
Come back to bomb and plan. He's not gonna check.
Oh.
Got it.
Oh, you got it,
it's
you
so
got it, you got
close.
it, you got
It's
it,
so
you
damn
got it,
close,
you got it,
dude.
you got it, you got it.
Bomb has
I think
been
he's
planted.
mid.
I think
he's
he's in the
mid.
cave. Grabs.
Mid?
Oh
Oh
my god.
my god.
All right, so there you have it. CRIMSIX with a nice 1v3 clutch to end up finishing up that round. If you're new around here and you like this stuff, just wait till the CBL rolls around and we can actually watch these S&Ds from the view of a codcaster. It's going to be so awesome. So if you're new, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on that content that's coming soon. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.